Hi everybody and welcome to Vibrant Living. I'm Dr. Lisa. Thank you so much for joining us today in the beautiful kitchen here at GM Roth here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Thank you so much for having us. Today I'm going to be making a stir fry with very minimal ingredients, again, like I always do, very fresh ingredients, and we're going to incorporate some of the items such as coconut water and coconut oil into our dish that we actually spoke about with Doug Caparino on our last show. So what I'd like to do is start off by pouring myself a glass of premium coconut water, and I always like to drink a little something while I'm cooking. And we talked about coconut water, and it's all natural. It has more potassium in it than a banana. It has no fat, no sugar, and it's nutrient packed. And so as I'm cooking today, I am going to enjoy some of that. And it is absolutely delicious while it's nice and cold and full of electrolytes. So we're actually going to be incorporating a little bit of a product called quinoa, Q-U-I-N-O-A. It is a 100% whole grain. It is gluten-free, it is wheat-free. So instead of incorporating meat into this dish, I'm going to incorporate using quinoa, and you'll be getting the protein that you need and a delicious, delicious meal. So what we're going to do to prepare it is actually, I've already started to boil about 2 cups of water, and you're going to prepare it as you would rice or couscous, for example. So I have 2 cups of spring water boiling right here, and we're going to start, and I have one open already. We're going to actually do the same ratio that you would for, like I said, rice or couscous, and you'll do 2 cups of water to 1 cup of quinoa. So let's measure that out right here. That looks great. And if you can see it here, it's like a little seed, and kind of goes through your fingers, oops, a little bit here, and they're very small and round, so we're going to put that right in here. So this will be something that you can incorporate to help you reduce your meat consumption. Sometimes, you know, at the end of the week you're kind of like, you know, I've had enough with meat, I'm just done with meat, and this is a really nice substitution. So we're going to give that a little stir, and this contains all 8 amino acids. Like I said, it's wheat-free, and you can make it ahead of time and store it in your refrigerator in a nice glass container, and maybe pull it out during the week and add a few things to it, such as kale, or by itself with a little bit of organic sea salt. So we're going to give that a stir, and I'm going to put the lid on that and let that start to boil up for us here. And again, it's a really nice substitute for couscous or rice, and an exceptional source of protein, and a great source of dietary fiber as well. So we're going to let that come to a boil, and we're going to start right over here in our wok. We're going to start up, let's heat that up here. We're going to start by adding some coconut oil to our wok. And coconut oil promotes heart health and supports your immune system and a healthy metabolism. There we go, let's get a nice good flame there, not too high. Keeps your skin healthy and youthful. And we spoke about this product also with Doug, and this is organic coconut oil. It is a solid, and it can reduce down to a liquid if your kitchen is hot or if it's near the stove. What I'm going to do is just grab some of this, and you can see the consistency of it, and put it right here in our pan, and it's going to melt, and it's going to melt very clear, and you won't see it. So instead of using oil or butter in your recipes, you can incorporate coconut oil, and it's an immediate energy source, and like I said, can keep your skin nice and healthy and youthful, as well as promoting really good functioning of your thyroid gland as well. So we'll put the lid back on here. I'm going to let that start to cook. And what I'm making today, like I said, is a very simple, few ingredients type of dinner, and you're going to love it. So we're going to start by cooking in our wok here the ingredients that take the longest to cook, which would be our carrots. So we're going to dump a bunch of our carrots in here. You can already hear the sizzle, which is nice. There we go. Put a couple more in there. Our beautiful platters already set up here, ready to go with our ingredients. And I am a garlic lover, and I hope you are too. So even in my stir fry, I'm going to add a little bit of chopped garlic right in here, right into the oil. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that sizzle, but it's awesome. Let's put a little bit more garlic. Let's just finish off the jar. We're not going to waste anything here. And this stir fry is really exciting to make because you end up actually using a lot of ingredients that you have in your fridge already, so that you can actually go open your doors of your fridge, look inside and see what you have left over maybe from the week, and incorporate that into a great stir fry. All right, so we're gonna give that a little stir here, and our quinoa is doing great. It's boiling nicely here, just a little stir. Again, it's just water and the quinoa grain. Wonderful. And it shouldn't take too long to cook. And what I'm gonna do next is chop up some onion to put in our stir fry as well. Take the ends off here. And it smells great already, the garlic. And typically you wouldn't think of garlic in a stir fry, but I like the flavor. It adds a little sweetness as well. Okay, and this recipe does not have a lot of sauce actually in it. It's very plain but very flavorful once we add our sea salt at the end. So we're going to cut this onion in half, and I'm just going to do some rough chop here. And put that right in here. Let that start to sizzle and make some noise here and kind of break it up a little bit. Nice. This looks great. Smells great already. I love onion, and I always say I love the sound an onion makes when it's being chopped. There's something about it. This looks beautiful. So we'll do one onion. Fantastic. Just going to check our flame here. Maybe bring it up just a tad. There we go. Let that start to do its thing. So again, the carrots take a little bit of time because they are a little bit thicker. But the garlic and the onion, oh, it's amazing. Okay. Nice sizzle. And while that's cooking, let's start by chopping up our red pepper here. Beautiful red pepper from the garden. And you can put, not just these ingredients into the recipe, but basically whatever you have on hand or what you have in your fridge and what you and your family enjoy. Okay. We're having a ball. It's so much fun. So we're going to cut some nice strips here. Awesome. And that way, if they're nice and thin too, they'll cook a little quicker. So if you're in a bind for cooking a meal in under 30 minutes or 20 minutes even, this isn't really going to take that long. There we go. Let's put that right in here. Beautiful. And the colors are so vibrant. And that's what I love, is that you're cooking and keeping this beautiful rainbow of colors, the oranges and the reds and the greens. It's just beautiful. Who wouldn't want to eat a dish like this? And Dick, you are going to try it. Okay, that's awesome. All right, so let's see what's going on over here. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Oh, and our carrots are cooking nicely. And it's almost dinner time, and I'm anxious to have a bite. So at this point, you have the kids home from school. They have them starting their homework. Everybody's hungry. You don't have a lot of time, but you need to make something healthy. Because it's all about choices. Good health is all about choices. And choices that you make each and every day. Quinoa's looking awesome. There we go. Keep that going. So what you put into your body will help determine what outcome your body gives you. So you want to make sure that you put good food into your system so that the food fuels your body, just doesn't fill it. Looks good. We'll let that settle out for a little bit. And one of my other favorite items to cook with is going to be some bok choy, which is some baby bok choy right over here. It's part of the cabbage family. These are really cute. Aren't they adorable? Usually it's in a nice big stem, like maybe about this big right here. But these are baby bok choy, so they're going to be nice and tender, and it's really full of vitamin K, which is really good for your bones. And it has more vitamin A and carotene in it than the cabbage itself. So we're going to cut off the ends right here. And let's take a sip of our coconut. Our coconut water. Stay hydrated while we're cooking this luscious, delicious meal. So we're going to give that a little bit of a rough chop in here. And I love the color. It's so pretty green. And here's our other little baby bok choy right here. Give it a little bit of a rough chop. And you'd be surprised what kids can eat. They don't even really know what's in here, but it is jam-packed with vitamins, this dish. So we're gonna throw our bok choy right in here. I mean, seriously, imagine your little ones, you know, saying, oh, I ate kale and I ate bok choy. Like, seriously, the best thing for them. Oh, this is looking even prettier as it starts to exude its deeper colors. I'm loving this. Okay, and what we're also going to throw in here is some sugar snap peas. You can use, you know, pea pods, but I like the sugar snap peas because it adds a little bit of sweetness to the dish without having to add sugar. Oh, this is just really brilliant. The colors are amazing. So we are going to grab some of those right over here. Let's throw a little bit of that in here, so they can start to cook down. And again, this is going to add a nice crunch to the dish, so everything's not just steamed. They will wilt down a little bit. Looks beautiful. Okay. And let's add some mushrooms. I have some baby portobello mushrooms. We're going to throw that in here as well. Let those start to shrink down a little bit. And I'm really loading this dish up tonight with a lot of ingredients and a lot of variety. But again, you don't even need to use all of these ingredients. You can just use whatever you have on hand. Even if it's 3 ingredients, it's still going to be a delicious meal, jam-packed with vitamins and nutrients. So let's let that work right here. Oh, that looks just lovely. And check on our quinoa. And our quinoa is absolutely wonderful. And we're starting to have our water kind of disappear here, and our quinoa coming to the way it's supposed to be, which is nice and fluffy. So let's keep an eye on that. And next, what I'm going to throw in are some bean sprouts, which also is a source of protein, surprisingly enough. So this vegetarian looking type dish is actually going to be loaded with protein. And bean sprouts are very rich in antioxidants, a little bit more in there. And the antioxidants, obviously, they strengthen your immune system, so that's really a good thing. This dish is good any time of year. Like I said, if you have these vegetables in your garden, that's great. But even in the fall, you could throw in a little bit of squash and some chunks. Again, it's anything that you want, anything that you like. But what I like about it is the simplicity of it and the beautiful, vibrant colors. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. It really is. And our coconut oil will add a little hint of coconut to the dish, but not overpowering and taking away the flavor. This looks beautiful. And let's have our last but not least, we're going to do our kale, which is packed with vitamins A, C, and K. Yes, people, kale. Here we go. Dr. Lisa's favorite. I love kale. And we're going to shut off our quinoa and kind of let that steam right out there a little bit more on its own. And our dish then is coming to an end almost. I mean, how fast can you have a dinner like this? Seriously. And like I said, sometimes you get really tired of having meat all the time and you want something that's just light, nutritious, that you can go back for seconds and not feel guilty. So you can load up on this. And it's even really great the next day, which I love, for a quick lunch, just heating it up. I mean, these colors are magnificent. How beautiful is this? Love it. So far, as you notice, the only flavoring, if any, that I've added to this dish is the coconut oil. Some coconut oils give, like I said, a little bit of a hint of the coconut, others do not. So what we're going to do to add a little bit of flavor to our dish is add a little bit of organic sea salt, just a little bit for flavor. That looks really good. And I love pepper, so we're going to add a little bit of organic cracked pepper right in our dish. And there's no sauces. So our vegetables are as they come, and as they grow, they're not being drowned out by any thick, sugary sauces. How lovely is this? The dinner is really almost done here. I'm loving this. Spread it out a little bit. Colors are beautiful. Everything's cooking nicely. All right, so let's check out our carrots just to see if they've kind of cooked through a little bit. Probably a little bit more on our carrots. Oh, that one's nice and soft. Now what I like to do with the quinoa is I am going to actually throw it right into the wok and mix it in with all the vegetables. And again, the quinoa is 100% gluten-free, and it's a 100% source of protein. This is steaming up so nicely, and I like to give everything its fair share of time here in the wok. Beautiful. Loving it. Chris, are you loving this too? It really is awesome. And the kale is so exciting. And we were at Ben's farm, and he had kale that was kind of sort of getting ready. Gonna have to make a trip back out there at the Sahegan Soccer Farm and see what's ready. So pretty. Okay, so here is our quinoa. And it's nice and light and fluffy. Isn't that beautiful? And it has a mild, slightly nutty taste to it. And what they do is they puff up when they're cooked. So they get a little bit bigger and are just really tender as well. So our stir fry is looking awesome. Give it another quick little stir here. Like, how fast is this? Beautiful. All right, and we are going to put in our quinoa, which has a great source of vitamin B and dietary fiber as well. I'm just going to sprinkle that on. That looks great. A little bit more. Load it up. Perfect. Lovely. And we're going to give that a nice little toss. And I like one pot cooking. That's always great for cleanup. And you know, one ingredient in a nice bowl, this would be great. Lovely. All right, so we're just about ready to plate. Wonderful. Grab another sip. Okay, so I'm gonna grab our plate right over here. So our meal is pretty much done. And let's plate this up here. And our quinoa, as you can see, is, ooh, that looks so good. It's kind of mixed in with everything. And everything has just come together nicely. And it's not overcooked, so we're retaining all of our vitamins and nutrients, which is excellent. Let's put a nice little red pepper on here as well. And I am ready to take a bite. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? Does that make you happy? All right, so let's give this a bite. This is delicious. Again, I prepared this as a meal by itself. You can have it for lunch. You can have it for dinner. If you wanted to, you could even add it as a side to like a steak dinner if you wanted to. But again, this has all the protein you need in it. So, but you can add this to a side to anything else that you might be making. But this is absolutely wonderful. So here you have it, stir fry. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. Remember, it's your life. Live a vibrant life. Thank you.